Imagine your favorite t-shirt, your cozy bed sheets, or the soft towel you reach for after a shower. What do they all have in common? Cotton. It's the fabric that touches our skin every day, making life just a little more comfortable. From the clothes we wear to the linens in our homes, cotton plays a huge role in our everyday lives. But have you ever thought about how raw cotton turns into soft, durable fabric? How does it go from cotton fields, filled with those soft white fibers, to the clothes we wear every day? It's not as simple as you might think. Cotton undergoes a fascinating transformation from being picked from the fields to becoming the fabric we use for everything from shirts to bedsheets. Join us as we step inside the factory where cotton gets its start, and discover the amazing process that turns raw cotton into fabric. Beginning from the harvesting of the cotton, to the machine processes that shape it, let's explore how this everyday material comes to life. But before we start, kindly subscribe to this channel, and turn on notifications so you won't miss any of our future videos. Also, like and share this video so that many people can see it. Now, let's get to the factory where all these things get done. Cotton has been a vital part of human life for thousands of years. From ancient civilizations like the Egyptians, who used it for clothing and textiles, to today's global textile industry, cotton has played a key role in shaping the world we live in. It's one of the most widely used fabrics around the world, but the way it's been produced has changed dramatically over time. In the beginning, cotton was picked by hand from fields, a time-consuming and labor-intensive process. The earliest machines used to process cotton were simple and slow, but they helped to transform the way cotton was used in everyday life. As technology progressed, new machines were invented, making it easier and faster to turn cotton into fabric, and revolutionizing the textile industry. By the 19th century, the Industrial Revolution took cotton farming and production to new heights. Mills and factories began mass-producing fabric, making cotton accessible to more people than ever before. The way cotton is processed today is much more advanced, but it all started with those early days in the fields. So, how does it go from cotton plants to the fabric we wear every day? Let's take a look at the modern process and see how far we've come. Cotton grows primarily in warm, sunny climates, thriving in regions where the heat and sunlight help it reach full maturity. When the cotton bolls burst open, the fluffy white cotton inside is ready to be harvested. While it was once picked by hand, today most of the picking is done by mechanized machines that move through the fields, pulling the cotton directly from the plants. As these machines roll through the fields, they collect the cotton bolls, which are then gathered into bins and transported to a processing facility. The cotton is collected in large amounts, and this is where the next part of the process begins. The raw cotton, now harvested, is ready to move on to the next step, ginning. At this stage, the cotton will be separated from the seeds and prepared for spinning into yarn. But before it can be turned into the fabric we know and love, the cotton has to go through a few more steps. From the fields to the processing facility, the cotton is handled with care to ensure it's ready for the journey ahead. But how does the cotton get from this raw state to the soft fabrics we wear every day? Stay with us, because the next step will show you just how this process unfolds. Once the cotton arrives at the ginning plant, it's time for the first major transformation. Large machines are used to separate the cotton fibers from the seeds and any debris. The ginning process is vital because it ensures that the cotton fibers are clean and ready to be used. As the cotton passes through the ginning machines, the seeds are removed, and the fibers are separated and collected. These fibers are now pure cotton, ready to be spun into yarn. The machine also gets rid of any leaves, twigs, or other bits that might have made their way into the cotton during harvesting. After the cotton has been cleaned and separated, it's pressed into large bales. These bales are tightly packed to make transporting the cotton easier and more efficient. These bales will then be sent off to the next stage of production, where the cotton will be spun into yarn, ready to be woven into fabric. But what happens next? How does this clean cotton turn into the soft fabric we use every day? Keep watching. The next step will show you how cotton gets spun into the threads that will become your clothes. This happens like magic. After the cotton is cleaned, it's time for the next big step, spinning. The cotton fibers are first carded, which is a process where the fibers are aligned and straightened. This helps to prepare the cotton for the spinning process. Once the fibers are aligned, they are fed into spinning machines, where the real magic begins. As the cotton enters the spinning machines, it's twisted into yarn. The machine pulls the fibers together, spinning them into long, fine threads that are durable and strong. The yarn is then wound onto spools, ready to be used in fabric production. At this stage, the texture and durability of the yarn are determined. The way the fibers are twisted and spun will affect how the yarn feels and how long it will last. Whether it's a soft, smooth yarn for t-shirts or a thicker, stronger yarn for denim, this process is key to making the yarn that will eventually become fabric. What do you think is next after the yarn is made? How do you think this spun cotton will turn into fabric? Stay connected. You are about to see the magical transformation. Now that the yarn is ready, it's time to turn it into fabric. This is where weaving comes in. The yarn is fed into specialized weaving machines called looms. These looms interlace the yarns in two directions: the warp, vertical threads, and the weft, horizontal threads. As the warp and weft weave together, they form a solid sheet of fabric that's ready for the next steps in the process. The way the yarns are woven affects the texture and strength of the fabric. There are different weaving techniques used to create different fabric types. For example, plain weave is the most basic pattern, where the warp and weft threads alternate in a simple criss-cross pattern. This creates a strong, durable fabric ideal for many everyday uses. Twill weave creates a fabric with a distinct diagonal pattern, giving it a slightly softer feel and more texture, while satin weave results in a smooth, shiny fabric with a luxurious look. Each technique offers its own unique feel and appearance, making it possible to create everything from sturdy denim to silky sheets. Once the fabric is woven, it's ready for the next critical step. This is where it will become the soft, colorful cotton fabric we use in our clothes and linens. Do you want to know this? Then keep watching. Once the fabric has been woven, it's time for the finishing touches. This is where the fabric undergoes various treatments to enhance its softness, durability, and overall appearance. The finishing process is crucial because it gives the fabric its final qualities, making it ready for everything from shirts to bed linens. The fabric first goes through a washing process to remove any dirt, oils, or chemicals that might have been left from weaving. It's then bleached if necessary, brightening the fabric and preparing it for the next stage. Once clean, the fabric is dyed to the desired color. Whether it's a bold shade of red, a soft pastel, or a neutral tone, the dyeing process ensures the fabric is vibrant and consistent. Next, the fabric is softened. This step is important because it makes the fabric feel smooth and comfortable against the skin. Softening agents are used to treat the fabric, giving it that cozy, familiar feel we love in our favorite clothes. Finally, the fabric is prepared for its next stage. Whether it's cut into pieces for garments or rolled up for other uses, the fabric is now ready for the final product. But what happens after it's treated and prepped? How does it get from the factory to the store and then to you? Let's find out in the next step. Before the fabric is packed and shipped, it goes through strict quality control. This is a crucial step in ensuring that only the best fabric makes it to the next stage of production. Workers inspect each batch of fabric to check for any defects that might have slipped through earlier processes. During the inspection, the fabric is examined for color consistency. If the fabric is dyed, it's important that every piece has the same shade, ensuring the final product looks uniform. Workers also check the strength of the fabric, making sure it's durable and won't tear easily when used. Any imperfections, like holes or uneven stitching, are spotted and addressed before the fabric moves forward. In some factories, automated systems help speed up the inspection process. These machines scan the fabric, checking for small defects that are hard to see with the naked eye. If any issues are found, the fabric is pulled out, and the rest of the batch continues to be tested for quality. Only the highest quality fabric passes through this inspection process, ready for the final steps of packaging. But wait, how do you think this will go from a roll of fabric to the clothes we wear? Keep watching because we are heading to the final process. Once the fabric passes quality control, it's time for packaging. The fabric is rolled up neatly and labeled with all the necessary information, such as the type of fabric, the color, and any special care instructions. This ensures that the fabric can be easily identified and tracked during shipping. Next, the fabric is carefully packed and prepared for transport. It's stacked on pallets, ready to be shipped to manufacturers or retailers. The packaging plays an important role in keeping the fabric fresh and undamaged during its journey. With the right packaging, the fabric is protected from dirt, moisture, or any other potential damage that could occur while being transported. Whether it's heading to a clothing factory where it will be turned into your favorite shirt or to a retailer's warehouse for sale, the fabric is now ready for the next stage. Thanks to this step, it will arrive in perfect condition, ready to be transformed into something new. And that's how cotton cloth is made. From the raw cotton fields to the finished fabric, every step of the process combines tradition, technology, and craftsmanship to create the cotton products we use every day. Take a moment to think about it next time you wear your favorite cotton shirt or lie down on soft cotton sheets. Remember the journey it took to get there. The cotton you see in stores has been through a detailed process that turns simple plants into essential materials for our daily lives. But before you go, if you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look at cotton fabric production, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and share this video with your friends. Now, this is your time. Do you love this video? What is the thing that amazed you about the manufacturing process of cotton? Drop your thought in the comments. Other people can learn from it. Imagine stepping into a world where every breath you take is filled with luxurious, intoxicating scents. Picture the air filled with delicate flowers, exotic spices, and rare oils, all transformed into magical concoctions that instantly transport you to distant lands. This is the fascinating world of perfume making, a world where scent becomes a form of art. But how do these enchanting fragrances come to life? How do raw ingredients, some so rare and precious, turn into the perfumes we spritz on our wrists every day? How does a factory take a blend of flowers, spices, and chemicals and create a perfectly balanced fragrance that captures emotions, memories, and personalities? Have you ever wondered how perfume is made? From the delicate petals of a flower to the complex chemical compositions that bring it all together, how does a factory craft these captivating scents? Join us as we step behind the scenes to uncover the secrets of how perfume is made, from the raw ingredients to the moment it's bottled and ready for you to wear. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. Also like and share this video so it can reach many people. Before we get into the fascinating process of perfume making, let's take a quick look at its history. Perfume has been around for over 4,000 years. The ancient Egyptians were among the first to create perfumes, using fragrant oils and resins not only for religious ceremonies but also for personal use by royalty. It was an exclusive experience, tied to power and elegance. As time passed, perfume making grew more complex. The Greeks and Romans added their own twist to fragrance blends, making perfumes more intricate and popular. But it wasn't until the 16th century in France that perfume became an art form in its own right. By the 19th century, perfume was no longer just for the wealthy elite, it had become a mass-market product. Iconic fragrances began emerging from the great perfumer houses in Paris, and perfume became a staple for everyone. Today, perfume manufacturing combines art, science, and technology. Modern perfumes blend natural and synthetic ingredients in perfect harmony to create unforgettable scents. In factories, skilled artisans and advanced technology work side by side to create the fragrances we know and love. So, How does flowers, spices, and chemicals turn to that beautiful bottle of perfume? Let's explore the process and find out. Perfume is created from a blend of natural and synthetic ingredients, and it all starts with gathering the raw materials. You might think all perfumes come from flowers, but that's not the case. While floral notes are common, the ingredients can range from spices and fruits to resins and even synthetic compounds that mimic natural scents. Let's look at some of the natural ingredients first. Classic floral notes like rose, jasmine, lavender, and orange blossom are favorites for their delicate and romantic aromas. Then there are the fresh, bright citrus notes from fruits like bergamot, lemon, and grapefruit. These bring a burst of energy to the fragrance. Spices like cinnamon, clove, and cardamom add warmth and complexity, while wood and resins, such as sandalwood, cedarwood, and amber, give the fragrance a rich depth. But it's not just about the natural ingredients. Synthetic compounds play a big role, too. While natural ingredients are prized for their complexity, synthetics are used to enhance or stabilize certain scents. They can even replicate everything from fresh flowers to animalic undertones like musk. At this point, raw ingredients are gathered from all over the world. Rose petals from Bulgaria, sandalwood from India, vanilla from Madagascar, and they're ready to be turned into a fragrance that will captivate the senses. But how do these raw ingredients come together? Let's take a closer look at the next step in the process. Once the raw materials are gathered, it's time to extract the essential oils, the heart and soul of any perfume. There are a few methods used to get these oils, depending on the ingredient. The most common method is steam distillation. This is used for plant materials like flowers, herbs, and wood. The plant material is placed in a distillation chamber and exposed to steam. As the steam rises, it helps release the essential oils, which are then condensed and collected. The result? Pure, concentrated oils ready to be turned into a fragrance. But not all ingredients can handle steam. Delicate flowers like jasmine and tuberose are too fragile for that process, so a gentler method called solvent extraction is used. In this method, the flowers are immersed in a solvent, which dissolves the oils. The end result is a concentrated, fragrant oil called an absolute. For citrus fruits, the oils are extracted through cold pressing. The peel of the fruit is mechanically pressed to release its fresh, zesty oils, creating the signature bright fragrance that comes from fruits like lemon and orange. After extraction, the oils are filtered and stored in special containers to keep them fresh and pure. But how do all these oils come together into the perfect scent? Let's quickly take a look at that. Now comes the magic part: blending the essential oils to create the perfect fragrance. This is where the art of perfumery truly comes to life. The master perfumer, who is often referred to as the nose, is responsible for blending these oils into a scent that captures the right mood, emotion, or experience. The process begins with the top notes. These are the first scents you notice when you spray the perfume. They hit your senses immediately and give the first impression of freshness. Think citrus, light florals, or herbs. They're like the opening act of a perfume, providing a quick burst of energy, but they fade away quickly. Next come the middle notes, also known as the heart notes. These emerge after the top notes evaporate, forming the core of the fragrance. You'll start to recognize deeper, more complex scents, like floral, fruity, or spicy tones. This is where the personality of the perfume really begins to shine. Finally, there are the base notes. These are the foundation of the fragrance and they last the longest. Think wood, vanilla, and musk. They give the perfume depth and warmth, lingering long after the top and middle notes have faded. The perfumer will experiment with different combinations, adjusting the balance and layering the scents. This process can take hours or even days as they create a harmonious blend. How do you think this blend gets perfected into the final product? Keep watching because you are about to discover the amazing step in the process. Once the perfume is blended, it's time to let it rest and mature. This process, known as aging, is essential for bringing out the full depth of the fragrance. Aging allows all the different ingredients to meld together, smoothing out any harsh edges and creating a more balanced, harmonious scent. The perfume is stored in glass containers, away from light and heat, where it can age for anywhere from a few weeks to several months. During this time, the scents evolve, becoming richer and more complex. It's like letting a fine wine age to perfection. Over time, the fragrance deepens, and the individual notes become more refined. The longer a perfume ages, the more layered it becomes. What started as a simple blend of ingredients transforms into a scent with depth and character, ready to evoke emotions and memories in those who wear it. This period of quiet transformation is where the magic happens, turning a good perfume into something truly special. Can you guess what happens after aging? How does it go from the bottle to your skin, ready to leave a lasting impression? Keep watching, because the next step is peak of the process. After the perfume has aged, it's time to fine-tune the fragrance. This is done by diluting the perfume with alcohol and sometimes water to reach the right strength. Typically, a perfume contains around 15–20% fragrance oils, with the rest made up of alcohol and water. The balance between these ingredients is crucial for achieving the perfect scent. Once diluted, the perfume is tested for consistency. This means checking to make sure the fragrance smells the same across different batches and reacts well to various skin types. You want a scent that doesn't change drastically when applied, no matter who wears it. Stability testing is also done to make sure the fragrance stays the same over time, even when exposed to light. A perfume that changes or fades quickly isn't ideal, so these tests ensure it holds up to the test of time. But after all this, is the perfume really ready to hit the shelves? Let's quickly look at the final steps that gets it ready for use. Once the perfume is perfected, it's time for the final step: bottling and packaging. The perfume is carefully poured into elegant glass bottles, each one designed to reflect the essence of the fragrance inside. These bottles are sealed to keep the scent fresh and protected, then labeled with the name and brand, ready to be showcased. Packaging is more than just protection, it's part of the overall experience. Especially for luxury perfumes, the packaging is designed to enhance the beauty and allure of the fragrance. Think about those beautifully designed bottles, sometimes adorned with gold or crystal accents. The right packaging not only makes the perfume look luxurious, but it also plays a role in how you feel when you hold it in your hand. It's about the full sensory experience: sight, touch, and scent. The moment the perfume is sealed in its elegant bottle, it's ready to be sent out to retailers and eventually find its way to you. But before it's fully ready for use, there's one last process it needs to pass. This process is what guarantees that the perfume is perfected for sale and use. Let's look at this crucial step together. Before the perfume leaves the factory, it goes through a final round of quality control. This is where everything gets checked one last time to make sure it's up to the brand's high standards. Each bottle is inspected to ensure the fragrance is just right and that the packaging is perfect. Any imperfections, from a slightly crooked label to a flaw in the bottle, are caught and corrected. This final inspection ensures that only the best products make it to stores, ready to meet the high expectations of perfume lovers everywhere. Once each bottle passes the test, it's sealed and ready to be shipped out. The perfume is then sent to retailers, ready to be placed on shelves for you to find. Whether it's in a department store, a boutique, or online, that beautiful bottle of fragrance is now on its way to you, waiting to be sprayed and enjoyed. And that's the journey of perfume, from raw ingredients to the final bottle. It's a process that blends art, science, and craftsmanship, requiring skill, creativity, and attention to detail at every step. The next time you spritz on your favorite fragrance, take a moment to appreciate the incredible process behind it. From the flowers and spices to the masterful blending, every perfume tells a unique story, crafted with passion and care. We know you enjoyed this video. But before you leave, kindly subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications. Also, like this video and also share it with your friends. Now, it's your turn. What have you learned in this interesting manufacturing tour? Do you have anything to add or say about the process? Then drop it in the comments. People are waiting to learn from you. Thanks for watching. Until next time, keep smelling beautiful, keep exploring, and never stop discovering the wonders of the world around you.